call from
Mitch Willoughby.
an inmate at Kentucky State Penitentiary, a Kentucky Correctional Institute. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charges. To thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
It's not that I was always a bad person, it's just that I had bad thoughts sometimes.
Right.
Does that make sense? And what I was mainly interested in was how to give back instead of take. That was what originally started me on this path.
Okay.
Was, I know that I done messed up, I done all I can do, and I've done my worst, and now it's time to do my best. That's kind of how it all come about. And so I just, after I spoke with Ravina, after she gave a teaching, I don't even really, I think it was on karma. If I remember the first teaching, I think it was on karma. And I wanted to understand what put me in this position, how I got here, not to blame others and everything. And she really helped me in doing that through different practices. And it's like turning pages on a book. It's been such a long journey. You have to understand, I've been here since 1983. I've been here 30 years, so, and I have done nothing but to better myself ever since. Like, one day I woke up, we lived literally in a dungeon when I first got here. We didn't know if it was raining or sunshining or what outside, because we didn't have no windows or anything.
Wow.
We never left the walk, and it was like, I don't know, 60 degrees the whole time on the walk. Sometimes a little cooler in the wintertime because ice would form in the shower on the walls. And so that's just the way it was, when we first got here. And I said, golly, if this is all there is, then I got to do something. And I wanted to understand, after I read a book on Philippa, I wanted to understand, well, how did someone sit in the cave and just don't do anything but study their mind and don't worry about it being cold or not, I don't know. It just kind of unfolded, and as I learned stuff, and just kept building upon, the initial thought that, well, I've done messed up my life. What can I do from here? I love Ravina. That woman has a way of, she reaches in you and pulls out the very best of anybody. Even someone that, like one time here, one of the fellows got a little angry with her because he didn't understand what she was saying. And it was like she had the ability to calm you and make you see. To make you see the point without using force. And you have to understand, in here everything's force, or it used to be everything was force. And the same way on the street, when you live that lifestyle, everything is take and anger. Ravina has the ability to really sit you down and make you examine your life through the practices and teachings that she gives. She just has that effect. I don't know how to explain it other than that. What'd you say?
Well, I was just gonna ask, how do you, could you talk more about what you mean about how you feel like it's okay if you do end up being executed? Like, how you feel okay about that, and trying to explain that to your mom? Like, what would you say to her?
Well, anger. There's nobody to be angry at. I mean, who can you be angry at? What do? Walk around with a mirror in your pocket and look at it, when you go to get angry? Because you're the one getting angry. There's no one to blame no more. It's all you, you created all this, and the burden shouldn't be placed upon others. That's kind of what I was telling her, that it's not y'all's burden to carry, and it's really not a burden anymore because I've accepted it, and once you accept it, just like for years, they say, all right, we're going to kill you, we're going to kill you, we're going to kill you, or it'd be like if you was being tortured or something, somebody holding a gun to your head and saying, all right, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you. Well, after a while, you just say, well, all right, go on, do it,
Right.
It's kind of like that. And my Buddhist practice helped me see through, I reckon it would be life's attachments and everything. It's like I understand how Buddha could take and give away everything, like he lived in the palace and all that stuff. I can really understand how he would just simply give it all away and look inward to find out what real peace is. And so it's the same as, all right, people's going to execute me. So I've kind of changed that in my mind. Now, of course, at the time of death, I really don't know because I've never faced death. I mean, I've been in death situations and things that just reacted instead of thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I know that when the time comes for me to be executed, I know that I'm going to have to face that part of it. This is it. This is my last step. But I don't think I'm going to have a problem with compassion or anger or any of that stuff when my time comes, because I no longer see, I have a hard time seeing people as my enemy or someone wishing to harm me or something, because it's like out of all bad things something good comes, and out of all good that you do, it's like something, is going to be created that's good. Of course, no good deed goes unpunished. I can do something good for somebody and it backfire on you, but that's the wisdom of it. I really believe that I'm going to have a hard time seeing any anger or anyone as my enemy. I already have compassion and love for everybody, basically, and what I don't, the people that I do have a little animosity towards or something, is because something that they've done to me, and I have to work through that on a different level. And so these people, I don't know what their real motivation, or I just don't have the insight into how someone could take and do that. I don't know if it's their job or they just want to beat their chest like a monkey or something and say, yeah, I did that, or what. I really don't know if it's ego-driven or anger-driven or whatever, because the executions don't really help the victim's family. That doesn't help them. What would help them is to see that this isn't solving anything. This is just creating more suffering for others. And so how can I have anger or anything towards any of my executioners? And so I have to look at it like they're my friends, because they've helped me get to this point in my life to where I can go peacefully and have compassion for others when they execute, instead of blaming and crying and wailing and all that stuff. I mean, how do you have anger towards that? Yeah, they're the ones suffering, you ain't. And it's the same way I explained to my mom. I said, I created all this. No one didn't help me create it or nothing. I don't have anyone to blame. And so here I sit, and so I'm making the best of it, and that my practice has really helped me make the best of a bad situation to its fullest. My practice has really helped me give me insight into how people think and how they react to different situations and what creates their own problems and things, because I've had to deal with that just like I'm reverse engineered my whole entire life to see where I am now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, like, if you didn't know nothing about a car, you took a car apart to see what makes it work. Well, that's basically what I had to do with myself. I had to take myself completely apart. And the only way I could do that is through practice, through having to deal with, sitting and facing myself. Because there was no one left to face but myself. Did that help any?
You're not scared to die?
No, I really, the way my mind is that I've already faced death so many times. With each appeal, it's like they come and tell you that you're going to die, that you have 12 people on a jury and a judge, and all them people want you to die. That's what they're telling you. And so, okay, so if they're telling you that, then you have to accept it. But you don't have to accept it on their terms. And so, I don't have any fear no more. I replace that fear with the ability to see that my future is not as bleak as everybody thinks it is.